Good evening and welcome to the Hobby Corner. My name's Kev and welcome to our Friday night hobby hangout. I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope you had an absolutely amazing week. Hope you knocked out the park and now you're ready just for some chill and some chat, just to chillax and let the good times flow, you know. So yeah, it's been quite a week, hasn't it? Sort of getting over the last vestiges of the mang flu that I had, but it was like a real bad flu. Like it just kept changing location to where it was going, where it wanted to sit in me. And then you know, as you know, I managed to get myself a car last weekend, which was a massive win. So that's still doing all right. And today I got my booster jab, so that's all sorted out. So I don't have to worry about letting the you know, getting the oldies at the care home all ill and stuff. So that's a bonus. Anyways, enough of all that drivel. I hope you lot have been great. Let me know in the chat what you've been up to this week and what you got planned for tonight's show in regards to any hobby, if you are doing hobby or if you're just chilling out. And let me know if you're doing any hobby this weekend as well. Let's get that conversation going. I want to know what you're up to. So yeah, tonight we will be painting these Skorpekh Destroyers. I've wanted to paint them for a little while now. Haven't got around to it. As you see, I didn't glue them down because I just didn't see any point really. I like the fact that I got some mobility in it. It's like kind of like an action figure, you know. Go chop chop chop. You know, swing 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 swing, and this one just goes behead. Anyways, before I get on with all of that, let's have a look and say hello to our early birds. So starting right at the top, we got Mr. Daniel Brown, just dropping a like. He couldn't hang around, but that's all right, mate. Thank you so much for popping by anyway. We got Sprue and Glue. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, and thank you very much for helping to drum up some likes as well. We also got Void Captain Bazooka whooshing in on his little rocket. Hope you're doing all right, mate. We've got Robert Evans as well with his Superfly hashtag for the network. And also Andrew Milligan. How you doing, mate? I hope you're good as well. So what's this? Get those red and yellow paint pots ready. No, we're not going to start the peer pressure. I am not categorically not doing, because like one of the legs would have to be split down the middle, or you'd split all three legs down the middle to do the paint scheme, and I'm not doing it. I want some unified colours on these. So sorry if you want to hit the thumbs down button, I don't mind. It's all cushy for the algorithm anyway. So hang on, I know I can make this stop moving around so much if I just push the spine in a little bit more. There you go. Gives it some rigidity. So let's get some musics on. I'll switch the old lovely jubbly stuffy. And there we are. Woo! It's like magic. I'll turn that down on my headset because I don't need the music so loud. So here we go. We got them all. And what I did with these was I primed it with the matte black from Armour Forge, because you know it's super tasty. Oh, it comes out so smooth. And then I went over with Lead Belcher from Rattle Can as well. So I've got a nice sort of dusty, worn look. It's not like a clean Belcher. It's actually quite patchy. I like that. It gives some more variation, so that when you put colours on top, you get, you know, spots where it's clean and spots where it's dull, and yeah, that's what we want. That is what we want. Some interest without having to do the extra work. So what are we gonna do? Well, try not to choke first of all. What I want to do is I want to stipple the heck out of it. Now I've got this large dry brush, but I can use it for stippling. And I'm going to do something a little bit different with these ones. So I've got some Rune Lord brass. That's right, some Rune Lord brass. You got to get that real good shake because this is brand new stuff from the pot. I've got some older Rune Lord brass, but I can't be asked to dig through my boxes and get that out. It's no point. And contrary to popular belief, these pots don't dry out that quickly. In my personal experience, I've only had 2 pots ever dry out on me, and that was because there was paint on the hinge bit and it didn't close properly. That's it. So, alright, just need a bit at a time. And what we're going to do is just get the worst off, kind of like what you would do for dry brushing. There we go. Oh my goodness, hang on. I need my bin juice, I haven't had any yet. Oh, delicious. Absolutely delicious. Hey, the painting Wookie! How you doing? Hope you're all good. Hope you're doing well, mate. I've been trying to find time to catch up with the videos you've been doing, because I actually quite like your approach. You get everything done all in one video, and I actually used to do that myself, and then I got lazy because it's quite a lot to do and you have to keep on top of it. Because say like you do the review in an evening and then you start building the stuff, that's fine, but then when you record yourself painting, that takes a lot longer because you're trying to make sure that you're in focus all the time. And the sound issue, don't worry, like it takes years to get right. Like I still struggle with that. The rest of the guys from the network still struggle with sound. It's just it's always a problem. Hey Lupus, how you doing? But what I know is that the once you nail the sound, like the lack of clarity on the videos is more forgivable, because people are sort of more they're more into listening than seeing, you know what I mean. So yeah, let me know what you're all up to tonight. Or always clean your room. Good tip, Kev. Oh, thank you. Different Gear TV as well. How you doing? Stick them in the freezer, they never dry out, mate. Why would you microwave it? It's plastic. It's non-microwavable plastic. You nutter. Right, so anyway, I've probably tried it out. So I got some Rune Lord brass and I'm just going to stipple it on any old how. I'm not even fussed about it. Right, I'm not going to paint it on hard. And the reason why I'm doing it like this is because it'll give it some texture. So I've already got texture from the uneven way that I use the rattle cans. So you know, like it's not the smooth coverage of lead belcher over the black, it's all spotty and stuff. And now this is adding a little extra texture too. And the idea with that is that you get a couple of interesting layers on there. So when we hit it with the Agrax Earthshade later, it's gonna look a bit more interesting. Do it all up that bit as well. And the great thing is, it's quite quick to do. Just pop, 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 pop. Don't have to be neat. The whole point is not to be neat. Just make sure you get some of it on there. There, look, you got all gammy legs going on there. So, for those who have seen the reveal, I did do a video and I released it 2 days late because I didn't get a chance to record it until the day after, and then I didn't get a chance to actually edit it and upload it until the day after that, which was today. But great news for our Canadian cousins. You know, like they them, just as well as the US, have been paying, you know, quite high amounts on the old plastic rack, and this is a great way for them to get it cheaper, and I'm all up for that. Plus it means there's more people to watch my videos. So that's always a positive. Look at that. See how quick that is to do. Stipple, 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 stab, 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 stab. Hey, Foss! How you doing, buddy? Glad you could be here. And you don't have to hit hard either. You just gently dab the bristles, you know? La 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 la, like that. Job done. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. See? So easy. So, get the front bit, get all the round back, make sure I've got enough on here. Okay, don't want to let it get too dry, otherwise you're just dabbing your miniature without any paint. Make sure you support the more fragile bits as well. Hey, alright, it's looking good. Excuse me. Alright, so what we got here? What we got here? Never clean your rim. Just get the red and yellow pop back. Ah! Get out of here. Still working on the 30k wolves. Nice, man. Yeah, the sound is still getting used to, especially as kids. Yeah, especially when the kids are sleeping, because you naturally want to whisper and just be a bit more quiet. So, I mean, what kind of microphone are you using? I might be able to help you with how to make the most of it. Because I assume you're using whatever is available to you. You haven't like bought any specific hardware. Nor should you, because you know, like you're just starting out. But yeah, I'm happy to give any advice. I've had loads of help when I started off as well, and I still get help now when I need it. And that's the great thing about the YouTube content creator community. We all help each other out, because even though we're in competition with each other, you know, we're trying to get your views. We sort of still have that sportsmanship about us, you know, like we'll help each other out if we need to. Like if they need it, because you know we're not complete dicks. You know, we could be nice. There you go. Look at that. All of them stippled, just like that. Easy peasy. Let's see. Are you glad that I liked it? Sweet. I'm glad I liked it too. Don't forget to hit the like button as well if you haven't already. As always, that helps. And also, if you are subscribed, please make sure that your bell icon has been selected as well, and you select the option for all notifications. I've noticed lately, because I got a secondary account, that I'm subscribed to my channel, just so I can check in now and then, make sure things are working. And half the time I'm not getting any notifications, and lately the bot on Discord hasn't been recognizing when I go live or when I upload a video. So there's something going on, so I'm just trying to you know, narrow it down as much as possible. So yeah, just make sure that bell icon is selected, and it helps greatly, because it means you don't miss out on anything as well. I'd hate for you guys to miss out on this face. Right, on my bench tonight I have 148 auto gyro model kit getting the paintworks. Ooh, okay. I'm taking a few pointers from you two stitches. Ah, excellent, mate. You're working on sandbags and almost done. Ooh, nice. Mr. Void Captain, he's working on his recreation of a Marine from his old Space War combat cards. Dude with chainsaw. You mean the guy with the Black & Decker hedge trimmer, right? You know what? I actually got a pack of those years ago. Like, they were going in a clearance sale in Games Workshop. That's how long ago it was. They did clearance sales, and yeah, like, they didn't last long. They got ruined because we were just kids. I think you played it like top trumps essentially. It was so weird. What else we got going on in here? Robert Evans going in for the network. Just the camera one, but going to start using a headset. Yeah, man, if you can use just a normal gaming headset. I got one. Where did my headset go? It was here. But yeah, just a normal gaming headset with the little mic that comes out. Perfect. Right, as long as you just keep it away from your face, it will still pick up the sound fine, but it won't get all your breath on it. Or you can have it over your eye or under your chin, but if you get it under your chin you'll get a lot of rustling. But it's really good. It's a good way of doing it. Camera mics are very 50-50 and you have to be speaking directly at the camera to get the sound, so it's a little bit tough really to work with a camera mic. So yeah, been there, done that, man. Jeez, I've even bought a few dud microphones online as well. Cheap isn't always the best, guarantee that. So you have to sort of look around, see what people recommend and all that, but you really don't need to invest in that much hardware at the moment. Just give it like 3 to 6 months, see how you're getting on, see how the numbers are, see how you're enjoying it as well. Because the last thing you want is to spend hundreds of pounds on stuff and then go, you know what, this ain't for me. Because that's money you could spend on more miniatures. Right, oh, we got the interested G. How you doing, mate? Sorry, I'm getting a bit confused because all these icons are the same colour. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Right. Okay, so we stippled on the Rune of Brass. Now, I'm going to do something else. You're all going to think I'm crazy for this. Don't worry. I am crazy. So, I'm not just crazy for doing this. Gosh darn it. Where is that paint I need? Is it you? No, that's not you. Come on. It's not you, 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 not you. Is it you? No, that's Balthasar Gold. I don't want to use Balthasar Gold. I'm using Rune or Brass already. Balthasar Gold is just a step over from there. Where? Oh no, I've got all these paints over here. I'm surrounded by paints. Okay, here we go. I have Stormhost Silver. There you go. Oh, I really need to get that shake. It splits real easy, Stormhost Silver. There you go, there's some ASMR for you. Yeah. Alright, so we'll do the same again. There's a hair on there. Yeah. There we go. Right. And now we're going to lightly stipple over that. Like lighter than we stippled it with the Rune Lord Brass. More texture, more layers. And this will give it like you know, like whenever rusted paint gets chipped, that's not rusted paint, rusted metal gets chipped, it shows fresher metal underneath, right? Nice bright shiny metal. That's what we're sort of going for. And if you go over the top, you can always go back and just apply a little bit more rune or brass on there as well. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Right. Let's get the more of what you like. Let's throw caution to the wind, shall we? Yay. So, have you thought about getting one of those vortex mixers? Nah. I've got enough vibrators under the bed. I don't need a vortex mixer, mate. I ain't even gonna lie about that. When you've been in a relationship as long as I have, you manage to accumulate a lot of rubbish. Right, let's make sure it's actually in the bloody shop. There we go. Ba-ba-ba-boom. I'm loving this effect. It's not really coming up on the camera so much, which is a shame. It's a hard one to see, really, because they're all soft metallics, you know. There we go. Oh yeah, while we're here, so after Monday's playthrough, I was like, you know what, Spud, I'll do this just for you. I'll paint the one that kept dying as the Crimson Fist in honor of his tournament track record. But I gave it a decent paint job, you know. Like, so it's got some weathering, it's got hang on, let me turn the autofocus on. There you go. So you got all your weathering, chipping, damage and all that, and complete with a hand-painted chapter icon right over the U, because I could be bothered to scrape that off. So yeah. Oh, my favourite bit is the eyes, because it's got a nice little bit of glow on there. So yeah, that was a fun thing to do. Spud is 40k, 100%. He's an absolute babe. You know, he's the nicest person you'll meet. No, I've only met him virtually because, you know, just before we were due to meet up and everything, COVID started happening, didn't it? Ah, lovely jubbly. I gotta drink this faster. Okay, so am I in focus? There we go. How's the exposure? Terrible. Let's just keep that on automatic. There we go. Alright, so now we've done that, we're going to give it a generous wash of my old pal, Liquid Talent, Agrax Earthshade, or Agrax Earthshade, however you want to say it. There we go. Stick it in my hockey puck. Oh, look at all that metallic swirling around in there. That's why you need like a separate water for your metallics. Bottoms up. I had to down it before it gets too cold. Right. So as you know, I've got a kind of a conveyor belt thing going on. Start with that one and then move along. It's what we call batch painting. And it's the most efficient way to get stuff painted. Okay, so liberally slap it all on. There we go. All over. Get it everywhere. Slap it in. All those recesses. We want to make it look grimy and rusty as possible. There we go. Oh, he's enjoying the polka. Get those legs. Oh, yeah, you don't have to be neat with it. If there's any inconsistencies in it, that's great. That just adds more character to it. Don't feel pressure to be super neat with it. These have been asleep for 60 million years. A real long sleep. All sorts have happened to them, and they haven't quite had the best treatment when it comes to reanimation protocols either. Sort of just got a quick fix and then put back out on the field of battle. So, there we go. Oh, I got an idea. So would you lot like me to do a video on my Necron collection that I do have by more classic Necrons, because I did have an army of them. Most of it is unpainted, but the stuff from my original bit of the army before they had their first plastic expansion it's all painted. So you lot would, want to see a video of that. Go through the little conversions I did and stuff like that. So I had a bit of fun with some of it. It's like, I don't want it all to look the same. I want to give it some character. And at the time, there was very little character in them. So that made it more fun, really. Have you tried matting down GW paints? I want to change all my Citadel pots to drop balls and then matte you. I haven't done that. I haven't done that at all. What are your top 3 pieces of advice for weathering? For weathering, you can, I don't know. Alright, one piece of advice for weathering is don't worry about being too neat. Okay? There's 2 kinds of people who do weathering, right? You got those who are absolute maniac artists and they know how to recreate something absolutely beautifully as if it was a picture from real life still, and then you have other people who don't quite have that skill and are doing weathering, but they're trying too hard and it doesn't quite look right. So what I would suggest, and that's not a dig or anything, that's just, like, you want to do your best, you want to try your best and you want to get better, and that's perfectly fine. But I find weathering goes one or 2 ways. It either goes really well or it goes really bad. So what you want to do is if you're not at that skill but you're still practicing, that's fine, just keep practicing or whatever, but just go crazy. There's no real right way to do it. Of course, you know, like when you do verdigris, you got to make sure that's on the right coloured metal, because otherwise it looks a bit weird. And rust on the iron stuff, you know, that sort of thing you need to get right. But I mean, there's no rhyme or reason in how you do it. You know, just go to town, because weathering is random. It hits stuff all over the place. And it's a miniature after all, so you can create the narrative on why it's weathered the way it is. So it adds character, adds that narrative. So yeah, it's a good moment to make the most of all that. My second piece of advice is that weather pigments and all that stuff is really cool, but you don't necessarily need it. You can, I mean, the technical paints from Games Workshop are pretty good, and I find less is more with them, because you can always add more afterwards, but they actually quite good. Typhus Corrosion is not bad, but the Rise of Rust is one of their best, and the Nihilic Oxide is really good as well. That's why it's used for more than just verdigris. It's also used for ghosts and stuff. As for so yeah, the third bit of advice for weathering, try and have an image in your head. This is the way you want to go, right? Have an image in your head, have a story, yeah, have that little narrative. What's this thing been up to? What has it been doing? Where has it been doing it? Has it been in a desert? Has it been underground? Has it been in an industrial area, a muddy area like a field or something, a city? All these things will sort of guide you on what you need to do for weathering. Is it heavy battle? Is it light skirmish? All these things, you know, that will sort of lead you to the sort of right direction on how and why and where you'll weather that miniature. I mean, like the most basic bit of weathering is like when you do the base and you paint the base and you just scuff it up the feet, because of course if you're running around in a battlefield, all this terrain is going to be dusty, or it's going to be wet and muddy or whatever, but it's going to stick to your boots because you're going to kick it all up. So you want to have it all on the boots. So for the base bits, I put some on the boots, I put some underneath, and then when I dry brush over the base, also dry brush over the areas that I've done there and do some streaks and stuff, and it helps create that illusion of the miniature not just floating across the base of the stuff, but actually immersed in it. So yeah, I think that's it really. Streaking grime is great though. I will say that. How about a video on interesting quartered color patterns through the ages? Nah. Nah. Alright, is that playlist done? Okay, let's see what the staff picks are this time. Looks like there's new stuff here. Ooh, some K-pop. If you want to do like chipped paint and stuff, I've covered that in so many videos anyway. You just paint a highlight, whatever color you highlighted that that armor with. Just do a line or squiggle or a patch of that color, and then color inside that in black. And then if you want to do a bared metal look, then within that black line you could just put a little bit of silver or whatever. But if you just want a quick, easy sort of look, you can literally just sponge the highlight colour and then just sponge some black over it. And that black is sort of gives it the shadow look, so it's like a trick of the light. So the highlight colour makes it look like the edge of that damage is reflecting light, and the black gives that sort of shadow look. So it's quite a, you know, a trick of the eye thing. Because like on close scrutiny, if you look right like that, you can see it. But if you go at sort of arm's length or even half an arm's length, it looks freaking awesome. You know what I mean? So there you go. Giving you more than 3. Hope that helps. AK terrain line is awesome. I use all kinds of stuff. Have you looked into the weathering pencils? I haven't looked into the weathering pencils, no. Blair do nice rust effect and such washes. Oh, there's so many brands though, it's so hard to keep up with it all. And when you don't paint as much as I do, even though I'm a hobby YouTube channel, I don't get around to doing that much painting. I know, boo me. But when I do, I like to experiment and mess around. I know I should be more cohesive, like the Stormcast. I didn't really mess around with the colours on those, but you know, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I hope that answered your question. Alright, so we have got the shade drying on these. Let's go back to the first one. So they're going to take a little bit to dry. So what I can do right now. Ooh. So there's loads of different ways to do the blades. You can do it just straight up silver and then highlight it like you would with any other blade. You can do that weird green look, and with that you can layer up the greens and the blacks, you know, wet blending it all, that sort of stuff. Or you can go straight up paint it white and black and then put Tesseract glow over it. Or you could do it silver and then just dry brush a little bit, brighter silver or white over little bits, and then go over with the Tesseract glow. So, but I want to do something different, and what I'm going to do is different. It's different. It's just different, alright? So, gonna get the Abaddon black, and gonna need a good brush for this. Right, and it's something to do while the wash dries because it's going to take a little bit. I don't want to water it too much because I want to keep it thick. Okay, put a fingerprint there. Right, so I'm going to paint all these blades black. Actually, not that bit though. There we go. When in doubt, lick a finger. Right. Might look a bit lumpy, but don't worry, it's fine. It's just where the water is. It'll, once it dries, the water will go and it'll leave the smooth paint behind it. There we go. Ooh. So, on those Imperium issues that have been revealed, which ones are you more looking forward to? honestly think that Cryptek is going to sell like mad, but so is the flayed ones, especially because they're like 30 quid for 5, and you get them for 9 quid in this magazine. I don't see any reason why those are not going to get scalped hard. So I would suggest, if you haven't already pre-ordered yourself some, go over to the link for Forbidden Planet I got in the description down below. Make sure you pre-order that issue before it gets snapped up, because people will see what's been revealed and then they'll want to buy a silly amount of issues, and then Forbidden Planet will lose their allocation because of course they would have burned through it from all the scalpers and stuff and the greedy people. And then you have to order it from Hachette directly, and of course then you'll have to wait for it to be back in stock, and now it could be a very long time. So yeah, that's right, I'm hitting you with the FOMO. That's right, I'm just as bad as Games Workshop, coming at ya. I'm gonna cut your purse strings. That's an interesting song. No worries, Robert. You can use graphite pencil to create a realistic sheen on warm metal. Just draw over the edges of script. Ah, that's a really good way of doing it. Use a pencil and then seal it if you want a cheap gunmetal. That makes sense. Graphite's quite like a dirty shine to it, isn't it? Let's get all your weathering tips in the chat. Come on, you got any weathering tips? Let's hear them out. What's your top tip for weathering? Oh, spooky music. Lovely. Have a bit of Halloween themed stuff at this time of year, eh? This time of year reminds me of, you know, like the lights coming on earlier. It's getting a bit chillier outside. It's always windy this time of year. And when I was a kid, we didn't have a Blockbusters too close to us, but there was, I'm going to paint that orb black, by the way. There was this man with a van, and he would go around with like a massive collection of videotapes, and like you'd have like bags of popcorn and sweets and stuff and everything like that. He'd come around once a week. Mate, look forward to that, definitely. And we'd rent a couple of like videos for the week. And we'd have like a movie night when the weather was really crappy. It would all be in the sitting room. We'd all be in our pyjamas and dressing gowns. We'd have the gas heater on. Be like lights off, curtains drawn, and then, you know, like just all cozy up on the sofas and watching the movie. Those were good days, man. And of course, being so young that you never made it to the end of the movie because you just dropped off. Hi, Queen Pickle in the house. How you doing? Nice to have you. I leave my models outside for a few days, weathering completed. Perfect. Robert Simps for AK Terrain and Vallejo. The products are really consistent. Nice one, man. An interested G goes for grunge. I use a lot of contrast paints and pigments. Nice. Painting Wookie, use mistakes when cleaning the mini to your advantage. Yes, that's very good. Yeah, there are no mistakes. There's just happy little accidents. Was he a child catcher? No, he wasn't a child catcher. Come on, I wouldn't just walk up to a van as a child. All on my Jack Jones. That's just weird. No, he actually worked at a video rental shop. But he would go around to the neighborhoods that requested it, and he would pop by, and you could have a look at the selection and stuff. So it's like almost like home delivery, essentially. Kev making out he's old. I mean, I'm not old, but like, you know, I do remember some bits and pieces of the old, you know, like the good old 90s. 90s was my playground, man. 80s baby, 90s child. I think I grew up in a good time, actually. By the way, this tune is banging. That's it. Hate all you like. Don't at me. I like what I like. It's just got a nice chill beat. One of my fondest memories growing up is when I used to stay over at my auntie's, and my uncle used to take me and my brother to the high street. It was like a 15-minute walk away from where they lived, and they had a Blockbuster there, and we would rent, like, because we'd be staying for the weekend, so we'd rent a couple of games, and like a movie or two, tons of snacks and stuff, and then we'd just play the whole weekend, just play video games and stuff. And then when they had their daughter, aka my cousin, me and my brother would take turns, like, keeping her company and keeping her preoccupied while the other one played the games, and then we'd swap over. We're sort of just like, right, you've had your hour, now it's my hour. Swap over, save your game. I'd be like, oh, but come on, man, I'm getting so close to finishing Diddy Kong Racing. Or Star Fox. Oh, Star Fox, mate. Me and my brother got so good at playing Star Fox, we could complete it in a day, from start to end. Like, not even a whole day. Like, it would take like maybe the morning and a good chunk of the afternoon. Done. Easy peasy. Star Fox was such a good game. Playing Mario as well. That's a good game. Oh, when GoldenEye came out, that was just funny as hell. And then when we were a little bit older and we were allowed to go on the PC, we'd be playing games like Diablo or Magic. Of Might and Magic, that was what the game was called, Of Might and Magic. It was really cool, actually. You're like a spellcaster, and you could mix ingredients to create spells, and you could like create these weird and wonderful creatures, like familiars and stuff, and like these animals to sort of be your bodyguard and that. It's really cool. Those were good old days. Because abandoned me to play games. Oh no, wait, hang on. I thought Tuesdays was his game night, not Friday night. Shocking. Sit on him. You like the tune Snack the Ripper Forgotten? Huh? Snack the Ripper. I don't know, man. Maybe if hear it, I might be familiar with it, but that doesn't really ring a bell. I think I've heard this tune coming out of most Spanish car driver. Yeah, no, all these songs are quite familiar, but they're not quite, you know what I mean, they're heavily inspired by. That's how they get around the royalty free bit of it. Do you remember, like, back in the day when, like, for the N64 and on the cartridges, all the save file was actually on the cartridges, right? And yeah, it's the same with the Sega Mega Drive. But when you rented games, you always had like other people's profiles on them because they never wiped them in case like they rented them again. And it was always fun to see like what would be unlocked further down the line. You know, like if you just put a few hours in or whatever, and you just like have a quick go, see what that other person did, and go, all right, cool. Let's see if we can unlock all of this before we got to give it back. And then like you get a little bit of a thrill if like, because you know you only could get like so many save files on the cartridge before like someone would have to delete it. And you always got a little bit of a thrill when yours was left and it never got deleted. And it was usually because yours was like the better one, because you'd actually go through the save files and you wouldn't just delete a random one, you would delete the one that made the least progress or the one that was the worst. And you always got a little thrill when you know, the one that was left was yours. That was awesome. He's the best rapper. Tune Snack. Or Snack the Ripper. Is he Snack the Ripper? Is that his name? Snack the Ripper? Oh, he's gone out to play games. Oh, so he's just left you at home all on your Jack Jones. Shocking. That's absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. He should be at home with you watching me. You know? I'd tune into his shows. He's got to show me some love too. Why has he abandoned us? Ah! It's playing Kill Team, okay. Regoron, one of the reasons I did not go out to club when I lived in Spain. Ah, okay. I forget. Remember when there were no save files and leaving the NES on all night on pause? Yeah. Yeah. And then, like, you get moaned at because of the electric bill. I have to go down and top up the electric key already, you fucking shit. Oh, the good old days, eh? Oh. Right, so this is coming out alright, you know. So like I said, I've gone for the black, and there's a reason why I've done it. It's because I want to go for, I want it to match my existing army. Now with my existing army, a lot of stuff was painted black and then edged green. And it gives that weird sort of, you know, Blackstone fortressy sort of look. That's associated with most of the traditional terrain and buildings and stuff and monoliths of the Necrons. So yeah. Oh, you meant Rigerton? What snacks does the Ripper eat? Space Invaders or pork scratchings? Ooh. You know what, pork scratchings is a very hit and miss thing, isn't it? Like, it's kind of nice, but it's kind of not. Okay. So that's still drying. And that's still drying. Okay. Is the eyes dry? Who knows? Right, now, what have I got here? I'm going to need moot grain. I'm going to need Opsto glue. And I'm going to need... I know I'm not using Tesseract glow. Oh no! Don't worry, people. Don't worry. Where is it? No, not Lauren Forest. Caliban green. There we go. I saw they had Space Invader ships in Iceland the other day. Kind of those smiley potato things. Oh, really? Interesting. You're trying to score points with the nostalgia there, aren't they? Right, so Caliban green, let's do it. Now I'm just going to thin it out because I don't want to have to mix 50-50, then do that, and blah blah blah. That's just long. Right, we don't want to long it out, do we? We don't want to long it out. No, we don't want to long it out. No, we don't want to long it out. We don't want to long it out. No. Alright, so what you want to do is a messy edge highlight, yeah? So you're not too fussed about it being neat, you know. You want it to be a bit thick. Okay? Because you've got to make room for the edge highlights, and you want to have like a bit of room for transition. Okay, so I'm going around all the edges of these bits and pieces. La, 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 like that. Like that, just like that. I'm loving this, man. I am absolutely loving this. I love mixing it up a bit with the tunes. So funky. Let's get my hips moving. And you know what Shakira says? Baby, when your hips don't lie. No, you don't got me hypnotized. To be wise, I think twice. Using the sound of my body. There we go. See, I'm not even worried about it being neat. Sod it being neat. Now, would it have been easier if I just painted Caliban green and then did a blob of black paint in the middle? Sure. Why not? You could do it that way. Where's the fun in that? Don't make it too easy for yourself, you know. You know what? I enjoyed that playlist so much, I'm actually going to play it again. No regrets. Don't at me. That's what all the kids on the internet say anyway. I don't know what it bloody means. What don't at me means what? Don't shout at me? If that's true, it's only because you got like the @ sign in the angry shouty emoji. Oh, there's one more on the list. Nice. Oh, it's like we're watching Shakira in concert. Excellent. No, that is a Superfly tune. Wait, where am I missing it? So we can watch it again and again. Oh yeah, I'm recording this stream on VHS. Nice. VHS. What is your favourite, VHS or DVD? Oh mate. One thing I don't miss about VHS, right, is having to rewind the videotape before, you know, like, you remember the old saying, be kind, rewind? Yeah. Because, like, I think the worst thing, the most boring thing that people had to do in those video rentals is rewinding videos. Just having to listen to it for ages, and then it goes as it slows down, as the minutes tick down, it goes, and then for like the last 2-3 minutes it takes forever to stop. VHS was so duper. Right, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit more. It's still quite moist. Duft. Where are you getting your stuff playlist so that it's royalty free? There's loads of different websites. At the moment I'm using Epidemic Sound. It does cost you £10 a month, but as long as you're signed up to it, all your live streams, all your videos and stuff, you can have the music on it no matter what, and you'll have no copyright claims or anything like that. So that's a bonus. But yeah, there are plenty of websites out there. They might have like an advert to in between the songs or every couple of songs, but you know. The only reason why I can do this music streaming service is because there are some fantastic, beautiful, legendary people in the chat who make regular donations or have subscribed to the Buy Me a Coffee membership, and that money I can reinvest straight into running this channel. So without those generous, beautiful people, I couldn't do it. So yeah, every penny that's generated by the channel goes straight back into the channel. Right, I'm going to play that playlist again. Banging. Straight from the top. And that was the staff pick as well. It was actually decent this week. Our kids won't know the joy of waiting or holding down the rewind button. Ugh. Alfie gets annoyed if we don't skip the intro to things on Netflix. It's like, yes, I know. They don't know how good they have it, and how much do we sound like our parents and grandparents before us. You don't know how good you got it. In my day, we had to walk everywhere. Now you can just blooming get an Uber on your mobile phone without actually having to call anyone. Back in my day, when you wanted a cab, you actually had to book it on the phone. In my day, you had to use the local phone booth. We didn't have a phone line in our house. not for the first few years that we lived there anyway. I'll never know the joys of the old turn dial, the phone, and having to wait for the number to lock in. And 999 people who have access to a touchscreen or buttons on their phones and never known anything other don't realise the stupidity of dialing 999. It took forever to dial that. If you're in an emergency, you don't want to. You want to do 111. No, no. You're dead already by then. People get a hiss fit if there's a little buffer sign. Like when the internet just started kicking off, we had to wait days for like a video that was like 30 minutes long to download illegally. No worries, Wookie. Phone cards, yeah. Go to the post office and get it topped up. £10 did you a little while. That was fancy though. Like when the local phone box got the upgrade and could take phone cards. I was like, banging. Don't have to carry change around anymore. This would be so much more safe. No. Now you got mugged for your phone card. And by the time you dial 999 to call for police because you just been mugged for your phone card, they're already gone. Oh dear. Modern conveniences, you know. Alright, gotta make sure this is wet enough because I don't want it coming out thick. Why is he talking about space racism? Used to top them up for yeah. I think that lovely Howling Griffin needs some extra Marines to his squad. No, I don't think so. It's just there on screen to tease you. Still used to reverse charge. Cool. Oh, you're evil, evil. Would you like to accept this call from Kevin? No. Aye. A little bit more Caliban green. Oh remember when like 118 used to be a bloody thing like that really took off, didn't it? And then like the mobile phones started becoming more prolific, so like we got to actually do something other than like reverse charges and you know, phone number inquiries. So what do? They get into finance. Smart people. Very smart people. Wonder if they're still going. Has anyone tried using 118 lately? For a reverse charge or like a phone line inquiry? Phone number inquiry, sorry. And the thing is, it wasn't even cheap. Like, they charged you extra for using their service, you know? Cheeky bastards. Teasing little so-so. So how's everyone getting on with their projects at the moment? So I'm thinking of getting a couple of guests on the show. I know it's been a little while since I had my last guest. And I enjoy having a guest on because you find out so much that you wouldn't normally in an internet setting, like not in an interview situation. But you also find out a lot just by chilling out, doing a bit of hobby, just idly chatting, and there we go. That's that one done. I think it'd be good. I got a couple of people in mind. So that's it. I've done 118 as fancy dress. Genius. Yes. You dyed your tash jet black when you got blonde hair. Jesus. I used to call directory inquiries for the laugh when it was free, and the operator. You are old, aren't you? I need to turn Wi-Fi off there. Let's go. What's going on here? There you go. Kev, invite the Tea Prancer on the show. The Tea Prancer. Oh, making sandbags is such a bore. Right, Warpstone Glow. I'm going to do the same thing again, but be a bit more neater. So show a bit of the Caliban green underneath and go closer to the edges. And yes, I'm still using this same size brush. It's oversized, I know, I don't care. I'm a nutter. What is it? It's a size 2. Let's go! So this is your highlight. Okay. Because you're going to use the moot green as your final highlight. So I'm going to be a bit neater with this one. And I'm using more of the side of the brush than anything else. There we go. right there. Look at that, it's looking great already, isn't it? Subtle but effective. Oh, let's turn that light on. There we go. Go auto tune. Alright. So, hang on. Are we on autofocus yet? No. Let's get that autofocus back. There you go. See, nice and subtle. And then the moot green will make it pop once that's applied. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The speaking clock, of course. At the time of the beep, it will be 10, 17, and 32 seconds. Beep. Oh dear. Get your clock set right, you know. One of the most used services for only 2 times of the year. Gotta get that daylight savings sorted out, ain't ya? Ooh, yeah. I am loving this classic paint scheme. Just so nice. Oh, I went wobbly. Wibbly wobbly. There we go. Fixed it. There we go. That's one down. Everybody loves T-Prancer. Get Bazooka on as a guest. I've asked him and he said no because he was too shy. That T on your or your brush cup. That is my brush cup. This is just water. And this had my bin juice in it, but I've finished that. So I'm just on the water now to keep me from coughing while I talk. Ah, lovely jubbly. Make sure it's moist. I really need to look into getting a wet palette. I think I know I don't paint enough, but I think I'm starting to paint enough now to warrant a wet palette. I'm gonna have to look into which ones are the best for the money, you know. I don't want to go for the expensive one. There's no point. Wet palettes kind of just do the same thing, but what you're looking at is the variations in the materials used. I don't know why there's so much variation, but there is. A lot of people swear by the army paint or red grass ones. So we'll have to see how the channel's doing money wise and see if I can squeeze it into the budget. And then I can pretend I'm a pro then, can't I? Hey look, I got a wet palette just like all the pros. I think I'll get more use out of a wet palette than I will out of an airbrush. Airbrush is a bit of a leap, money wise anyway. Like in a compressor is not cheap. The airbrush itself can be expensive depending on who you go with, and then like there's a lot of startup costs with it as well. Whereas a wet palette, you just stick some water in it and you're good to go. That's it. Startup cost is just buying it. No materials needed. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to use new tools. You know, I had a homemade wet palette years ago. But because I didn't get around to painting enough, it just went mouldy and I had to chuck it, and I was like, I forget it. Or the paints would just be too runny for me, you know, because sometimes I like my paints drier and thicker. There we go. Oh, that's looking alright, isn't it? That's looking alright. Go for the classic look, yeah, he's shy. Is that a stealth weapon? Shy bazooka, is that a stealth weapon? Get out of it, mate. Get out of it. Army painter makes a good one. Yeah, so I knew someone would say that. Sponge from a blister or top layer, carry case and parchment paper. Show us, yeah, I pretty much had that. But it just, yeah, it didn't last. Right, so for the orb, go almost to the edge, but I want to keep like a dark border around the base of that orb there. That's with the Caliban green, and then when I get a chance I'll go over with the warpstone below. Got a little orb down there as well, so we'll do that. Oh yeah. £15 to £20 for the red grass one. Okay. Probably gain the money back over time from not having to buy Rattlecan primers though. I don't go through that many Rattlecan primers. Like, I've got cans there from like 4 or 5 years ago. You know, I don't paint that much. When I was doing the Mortal Realms magazine, that was the first time I had to renew a Rattlecan in years, and that was for the gold. So I don't know. It's something to look into. It is on the list of things I would like to start looking at as I go further down the line. So I want to try new stuff out, new tools, new experiences. Get a lay of the land. I've never used resin before. That'd be fun to try and use. You know, like to create water effects or So I've used PVA to do water effects before and it came out okay. Yeah, it's all on the list of things I want to do. So many things to do. It's not enough time. Who knows, maybe one day this will become a full-time gig and then I might have time to do it all. Who knows? All I know is that without your support and you beautiful, beautiful people being here with me tonight, just chilling and chatting, this channel would be dead long ago. So big love to you all, 100%. I know it sounds cheesy, I know it sounds corny, but I'm going to keep saying it. Positive reaffirmation. Was it affirmation? There we go. Positive affirmation. You are beautiful in every single way, 'cause you subscribe to my channel. Oh no no no. So don't hit the dislike today. And that's where Lucas hits the dislike. Stop your singing. Banging tune. Oh no, I smudged it. Upside down smiley, love it. Oh. See, look, I got all excited with the dancing and now my steady hands are gone. Gosh darn it. Here we go. So, what's the most ridiculous thing you've seen Games Workshop lately preview? And are we getting some previews this weekend? I'm not quite up to date 100% on all the Games Workshop shenanigans and all that. I think I heard something about a new 30k box set, but I don't know the details on all that. Anyone in the chat knows better than I. I've had the it's looking so good. I'm happy with that. And then just get the little bit of highlighting on there and it'll be banging. The mute button. When you was doing them streams outdoors at the front of your house, I knew that was commitment. Ah, hey. That was fun. There were some chilly nights and there were some warm nights, but they were all good nights with you lot. So I don't even know why I started doing it there. I think it was because the house was always in a state I was pretty much booted out of my corner, which was the utility cupboard under the stairs, and because, you know, we just needed it for storage because, you know, 2 kids and a shopaholic mother equals loads of stuff. And then yeah, it just made sense to do that. Couldn't go anywhere else. It was good fun. And then we finally got the city room sorted so that I could actually record with the under the stairs as my background. And I was on a fold out dining room table for a bit. Jeez. This channel's come a long way in its time. It really has. And I'm dead proud of you lot for being here with me. The new painting handles look silly. There's new painting handles? Again? Why are they doing new ones? Alright. Let's go back up to that playlist. Okay, but I unfriended Geet Wank years ago. I just wait for fanboys to tell me. Alright. I get you now. What a name. Love it. I'll just imagine it in your like in your like Scottish accent. No, you're not from Scotland. You're from Newcastle, aren't you? But it'd be like Geet Wank. No, that's so bad. Forget it. I didn't say that. I can't do accents on demand. I really just either fall into it or I don't. But I can't do it on demand. Unless it's Glaswegian Groot. Glaswegian Groot, he is a beast. I am Groot. What's your language? Oh, he's not there anymore. Kids nicked him. But it was for those more recent to the channel. There was a baby Groot that was sitting on my shelf with a Pokemon wristband as a headband, and I was messing around with what kind of accents Groot could have, and we just settled on Glaswegian because it just is so out of character. It's such a an aggressive accent, like you bastards. Fuck you, ya English bastard. Oh, fuck you up. I'm gonna fucking shank you. I'm gonna toss you over the fucking the fucking line. I'm gonna fucking just fuck you up, man. No, you get the fuck out of here. Yeah, Glasgow. Oh, fuck you. You bastard Englishman. When I think of Glasgow, I just I just think of all the council estates, all the bad council estates of London, but like with really aggressive Scotsmen in it, and that's pretty much what comes to mind. Are you proud of you too, Void? I just saw them, they might not be new. Fair enough. Humble beginnings to hobby world domination. I don't think that would ever be a thing, but yeah, be fun. And there's Lupus coming in with a yes, southern softy. Wait, sorry, that's a no from the north. Stick to the southern accent. But that's why, like, Glaswegian group works, because it's just 3 words and I can't mess it up. I am Groot. You know, just I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Can't mess it up. But I could do Groot in any accent you wanted. Like, it's ridiculous. Because it just falls out, it just falls off the tongue so nicely. La 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 la. Lovely bit of polka. There we go. See, all of this with a number 2 paintbrush. Who says you need a large brush, eh? Now the reason why I use this large, who says you need a smaller brush? The reason why I'm using a larger brush is because it holds more paint. And these Broken Toad ones are really good for keeping the point. So it makes sense. You get a nice point, you've got a deep well on it. So you're going back to the paletless, which is good. It disrupts your flow less, which means you can like finish a whole panel like this without stopping to refill. You don't lose your focus. Okay. Oh, the bard is in chat. How you doing, mate? Sounds like you're saying Iron Brew. Yeah, there you go. Iron Brew. It's the stuff of Scotland. We got Iron Brew running from our veins. I actually left the bard speechless. Okay. Yes, you can mess it up. It is pure pain to the lug off. Shame Vin Diesel can't. So much spiciness for Vin Diesel. I think it was like really like just out of the blue that he ended up as a voice actor or a character, you know? He doesn't seem like the voice actor type. I mean, it worked. it helped make one of the relatively unknown and unfollowed comic book groups into a really popular group, the MCU. So yeah, props where it's due, man. Right, here's the tricky bit between the legs. Name of the next sex tape. Got in there before you. Name of the other sex tape. In all seriousness, painting through the legs, I don't know why I'm bothering. It's such a silly thing to do. I've just messed it all up. Never mind, it's done. Right, now we can do final highlight. Slap away. Still baffles me why he was hired for that role. Vin Diesel doesn't seem like the actor type, but there he is. Oh, the spice is coming out. Poor Vin Diesel. Yeah, but they said that about Big Arnie, and there you go. Yeah, but he doesn't really act, does he? Just, I would terminate you. You know, like, he plays on his accent. You know, that's his acting style. Straight face. Come with me if you want to live. Get to the chopper. You know, just stuff like that. Hardly any acting in it. Right, now I am going to swap out into this nice third. For the moot green. Yes, I am using the back of, because I don't want to ruin the don't want to ruin it. The bristles. Just a tad more water. There you go, there's a little pro painting tip right there. Use the back handle, and then you can just wipe straight off. No mess, no fuss. See, look at that. Easy peasy. Pro tip. And that one's for free, yo. Right, so now, what are we doing? What we're gonna do, super edge highlight. Super. Oh my god, that's so super. Just using the side of the bristles. There we go. Just like that. And this is the classic way to do Necron blades. Actually, I'm not going to do that line. Right. What we got going for us music wise? Let's play some new releases, shall we? On a ladder. Alright, let's see what this is about. Alright, so just so you lot can see. Oh, hang on. Fix that. There you go. Looks alright, doesn't it? And you just like that. Yeah. Super tasty. Don't worry about it being perfect, because at the end of the day, it's all going to be on the tabletop. It's not going to be that close to your face. So, don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about it. Jingle All the Way is an epic film, yeah, and Last Action Hero. Mr. Kev, sir, you need a point with accents anonymous. That bad, eh? Around. Here we go. Alright, well, here, Kev. You can get a nice effect on the blade with an airbrush. Oh, wow. Okay, I see where that's coming from. I can't believe I have to suffer this kind of prejudice. Look, if I was to buy an airbrush, I wouldn't be able to buy any miniatures for like 6 months. No. A year. To save the money. Which means I'd actually have to paint all my backlog, which wouldn't be a bad thing. But it also means no more Imperium magazine for you boys. I know you love watching those Imperium magazine videos. Oh, look at that, eh? Oof, oof, ooh, ooh, suchusha. Oh, 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 suit you, sir. Oh, suit you. Oh, suit you, madam. Oh, oh, suit you. Right, or by following a Bright Necron Blade tutorial. Yeah, could do that. Or just do Space Marines, save loads of bother. Just think the amount of Howling Griffins you could paint. You can't paint Howling Griffins with an airbrush. You mad? You is a madman. And yet, Mr. Pickle from the Pickle Jar does have a tutorial on doing Necron blades. There's more than one way to do it. There's loads of ways to do it. And I'm doing it the classic way. No technical paint, no contrast medium, no wet blending, just good old fashioned layering and highlighting. Suck it. Because I'm an OG. Backlog reducing. Just get some blow pens. Do it to prove us wrong. Yeah, I could prove you wrong easily just by not doing it. I'll tell you what, if you all buy me an airbrush, right, I will paint a let's say like 1,000 points of Howling Griffins. That's how confident I know you lot won't put your money where your mouth is. There's no way in hell you lot are going to get me an airbrush just for me to paint 1,000 points of Howling Griffins. So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got you now. I got you now. Come on. You could do them with an airbrush, just mask the model up after the white primer. Yeah, but then when you go to mask up the other side, wouldn't the masking tape like take some of the paint off with it? Even though it's a weak paint, a weak tape, it can still damage the paint job. Go and prove them all. You lot need to behave. Oh, this one's called Hocus Pocus Blues. Okay. Gotta catch them all. Wee. I love this green. If you haven't noticed already, green is one of my favourite colours. That's why it's on the logo. I know a lot of people are like, THC and it's all in green. It's got nothing to do with weed. I don't smoke weed. I don't ingest it. One thing I can't afford to. But despite the stoner vibes that I give off, I'm not a stoner. And I just like green. And THC was just a coincidence. Believe it or not, I've actually got some heat from some people on the internet, like, roasting me about the channel logo and the colours and that, and it's just like, believe what you want. It's got nothing to do with the green stuff. Everything to do with the fact that I like green, and I'm the hobby corner. The hobby corner. More polka. Yes, more polka. You use a low-tack masking tape. The clue to it is in the name, masking tape. I get you. I've used masking tape for decorating. I know its use. Going around the skirtings and the light switches. But I think you're getting caught up on the technicalities there. I'd still need an airbrush. And Lupus, I didn't know you were a fan of the polka. You always complained about polka. What's the time? Oh my goodness, it's almost 11 o'clock. How the time flies when you're having fun. And I do mean that sincerely. Like, you guys make it fun, you know? You guys and gals. Oh yeah. That's the little donation sound effect for the Chilly Wargamers, isn't it? Right, before we call it, I'm gonna go back to this orb. Just do swirly. You wet it enough, it loses its consistency enough that you can make like a weird swirly swirl. And then when it dries, it doesn't quite dry even, which is really cool. And you get that little bit of a swirl. Now what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of yellow in the center. It's fun. And yeah, there's those blades as well, looking very nice. So I might do like a spot just on like the corners of some yellow. Job done. Do another hour. My back couldn't handle it. I'm yet to get that office chair that I really wanted to get. Just so I can sit longer at the desk. And now that I'm driving again, even though I've got the seat in the correct place and everything, it still makes my back hurt. You know, driving sucks for your back. Oh, this is no good. Where you been, mate? You just got home from work? Oh no, I'm just about to finish up, dude. Hope you're good though. Coming in with the whoa. Hope your ears didn't pop. Polk it, bop it, load it. Streaming until midnight. No. Gotta be sensible. Got work in the morning and all that. Kev does for his red yellow balls. Anyways, I hope you're all good. This guitar tune sounds like, what's that? Like Lead Belly. Just fair enough. Got a bit of accordion in there as well. Let's play this one. This one's Primordial. Don't like it already. Forget it. Give the people what they want. Some polka. La 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 la. So let's there we go. I want to say a big thank you to everyone for joining us tonight, for being part of the chat, enjoying the show. I hope you learned something about getting Necrons to look like old and grimy, but at the same time getting some really cool blade effects as well. So yeah, stipple, heavy shade, and then layer on those blades. But I mean, like, if you want to do like a quick Tesseract glow over white, you know, like just dry brush some shade onto it first and then go with the Tesseract glow. That's just as good. But yeah, I mean, plenty of ways to do them. So yeah, I like how they're coming out now. They look battle worn and everything. So I might do one final stipple of the silver just on like the damaged areas, like where it actually has damage on the miniature, and then that might sort of bring it out a bit more. But yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Just need the final highlight and job done. So yeah, as always, if you want to help support the channel, just liking, sharing, subscribing, all that beautiful stuff helps with the algorithm, gets more people seeing the videos. But it also means that you guys don't miss a thing. Just make sure you hit that bell icon and select all to make sure that you don't miss a single upload or live stream, because at the moment, judging by the poll, it looks like only half of you are getting the notifications, and the bots on Discord are not recognizing it either. So yeah, make sure you don't miss a thing. Keep supporting the channel the way you are. But if you want to go further, there are social media links that you can follow my work on. Go check out the Chilling Wargamers Discord and the Fauxhammer Discord as well. They're fantastic groups full of amazing people. Well worth it. If you want to support the channel financially, there are plenty of ways to do so as well. You can secure your issues of Imperium magazine by going to the Forbidden Planet link, or even getting some still available Mortal Realms magazines. Or you can go to the Element Games link, get all your hobby supplies from there at a great discount. And if you use the code, which is next to the link, you get yourself bonus loyalty points that you can spend on more stuff as well. Or even to offset some of the shipping costs. So that's win-win. And then finally, if you want to be an absolute legend, then you can join the Buy Me a Coffee membership. So you can do donations for it, or you can go straight to joining the membership. The minimum is £2 a month, and every penny goes back into running the channel, keeping the lights on, the music rolling, and those dice fully charged up, because, you know, magnets go brrr. And yes, you'll be forever lauded in every video and live stream. So, and of course, the higher up you go on the tiers, the more bonuses that you unlock as well. So it's well worth having a look at least. So all the links are in the description below. And don't forget, I do have a sponsorship thing as well. So if you guys want to sponsor an issue of the Imperium magazine, get a whole video dedicated to your awesomeness. It's forever secured on the internet how amazing you are. And yeah, I mean, it's really cool. So you can do that. So I'm going to leave it there. I want to say big love to you all. If you haven't already checked the video that I released earlier today, go have a look. There's some interesting stuff going on with the Imperium magazine. And I'm going to try and get that Howling Griffin video done, because I've got a Crimson Fist one that I filmed as well. So why not? Anyways, big love to you all. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you Monday 9 PM for the next playthrough, and stay safe, stay beautiful. Peace. Ooh, wrong one. Bye. Bye.